Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. Vero takedowns, they're a pain. What can we do? High selling fees, bad buys and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and hopefully you guys have had a good week. We've had a very busy week with like all the sales and all the things that we're doing. We'll get to the sales and stuff here in a bit. I want to get this mic out of the way. Okay, so I went, as you guys know, I went to eBay Open about a month ago, and I learned as a result of going quite a bit, but I was contacted after the fact by a rep that I met with, and the initial meeting was, it's like a clinic they put on for sellers to give you like a half an hour of the time to go over your account, to tell you here's the things you need to do. But instead of doing that, I wasted my 30 minutes to try to advocate for other sellers and things that are going on with resellers and a lot of the pain points we're dealing with, and it got into this long, involved kind of, I thought it was a productive conversation. And then she started putting her laptop away, and I didn't know we had that 30 minutes up to that point. She started putting her laptop away, and I'm like, what about my account? She's like, well, I only got 30 minutes. So I guess they gave them, they just like the phone reps, they are on a clock. So she said, look, I'll go ahead and look at your account, and I will email you, and I'll send you a file that you can look at that is what we use to kind of evaluate your performance and to try to give you better, give you advice to work with. So I really honestly thought nothing of it. I thought it was just going to be simply what we were able to find in our reports on eBay, and it turns out to be something totally different. Now, I'm about to show this to you, but just know this is my main account, and this is as of the 19th of August. So I've been sitting on this for a while. I meant to make a video about this, but with all the stuff going on with my eyes and the accounts that I've been dealing with, just a lot of stuff, it's made it very difficult for me to even find the time to make videos as often as I'd like. So instead of making a dedicated video, let's just do it. Let's just get on with it. So here's what it looks like, and this is the report. Now, as of the 19th of August, it says year to date 106,540. Now it seems off, and the reason why it's off is it says year to date, but I believe that this number here is from August. As you see the chart, August to August. I don't think this is just the year. Now I might be wrong. It could be year to date. I don't know. Year to date would mean year to date, right? But it doesn't seem that way. But nonetheless, it has us at an $86 ASP, which is a lot higher than what the reports are showing when I run the reports, which we'll go over here later in the show, like we normally do. It says 2 years ago we made 117,000 on this account. 1 year ago we made 152,000 on this account, and then I guess currently, either the pace that we're on or this chart here, I believe that's this chart, which makes sense now. 162,442. So this year to date must be this year, and then the 162,442 is August to August. So as you can see, we've been going up every year. And there's stuff here that I'm looking at, and it's like I've never seen this report or anything like it. Site versus mobile. So I get, apparently this is the number of sales. 66% of my sales are on the site versus 34% on mobile.
Are you able to blow it up just a hair?
People can't see it?
Well, I can't see it.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, well, now you're in the way, man. Okay, so what we're going to do,
move
because we don't need to be a part of this, whoops. Bear with me here. I want to get us, there we go. I want to get us off of this and out of your way. Okay, so continuing on with this, so I think that's kind of telling. There's 66% mobile versus 34% of people on the site, on the PC. Here's our service metrics. Now I'm not embarrassed to share with our service metrics, but home and garden rate returns. These would be your INAD returns. 3.11%. 7 out of 225 that were not as described, and that's they say it's average, which I think it's high, but nonetheless they say it is high on the average scale. Our defect rate shows in July, the last reporting date, July 20th, was zero defects, 0 cases without resolution, meaning that eBay stepped in on your behalf. Late shipping, 0.7%. Apparently, this is the where the and comes in. The buyer didn't get it in time, but the carrier didn't scan it that day. We have same day shipping, and it caused that, which is not a big deal. Tracking, 100%. All of our packages are tracked, and then it shows you the last 6 months we've been top rated sellers, which is where you want to be. Now the inventory snapshot. So active listings, 281. I think I have 285 right now. Active 6 months ago. 6 months ago we were at 209. So we've increased our store size by about maybe 25 to 30%. Active 12 months ago we were under 200 a year ago at this time. None on auction, so we don't have any auctions. We do not have any out of stocks as of this report. International shipping, I don't have global EIS enacted, so that's 0. Last 12 months, I guess international shipping over the last year, I had 7,612, which is odd because I don't recall shipping anything on this account outside the U.S. Onboard the managed payments, onboarded, yes, all of us should have that. Someone's at the door. Did you get that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Jenna's not getting the advisory. That's her cue to go. Our mailman's usually here about this time. Free returns, 81%, which is about right. I think most of my store is free returns. The larger items are not. Free shipping, 100%. Free shipping, that's not correct. I don't have 100% free shipping. Promoted listings, 99% of my listings the last 12 months, $128,000 in promoted listing sales. Promotions manager, I guess that's using markdown sales, 97,000. And my handling time, they have it as a half a day. Maybe it's because of my early cutoff time, but the actual handling is 0.88. A few more things and then we'll be done. Category optimization. Most of my categories, parts and accessories for eBay Motors, yard, garden, and outdoor living, home improvement. My traffic for top 3 by gross merchandise value, parts and accessories, yard and garden, and home improvement. So same 3 categories, and I'm up by about 0.5% on all fronts there. Listing optimization. Now this one's interesting. If it will stop scrolling. This one's interesting in the sense that look, eBay's tracking the number of characters you're using out of 80. So for us, we average 77 characters out of 80. Now, I've not seen a report like this at all from eBay that we can see to see how many characters you average. I think there's a reason why it's on this report. It's huge, guys. If you can get closer to the 80 as possible, on average, you're going to get better results. And I did see a study that said that quite some time ago. But stagnant listings, here's one. Stagnant listings, and this is the definition of stagnant listings, thanks to Mike Camparelli, is anything that's listed in your account over 90 days. Stale listings is anything listed on your account more than 6 months. So they keep track of that. And because I do an end item sell similar for these, I don't have anything there because I do it every 29 days roughly for every item before eBay gets their hands on my listings to recycle it, right? I get in there and do that. Here's the last page, policy overview. So here it is, item location misrepresentation.
What?
No, this is just the checklist. No. Any sales off eBay, so they can tell if you've engaged in off eBay conversation. No there. Have you exchanged contact info? No, I have not. Do I have a Vero warning on this account? Yes, I do. I have one. Now the listing practices, I don't know what that means. It shows 0. Do I have duplicate listings? No. Search and browse issues. I don't know if there's a search and browse manipulation that they can catch you doing. I don't know, but I have 0 there. And selling prohibited items, 0. So these are things that we don't really see. You know, like when we call and say, hey, do we have any kind of, red flags on our account? We don't see these things, you know, and a rep will pull up your information and it's like, no, I don't see any problems. And this is what reps are seeing. Don't know why they don't share this information with us.
Packages?
Who?
FedEx?
There's no FedEx packages. Is he here?
You're right. No, you're right.
He already left, huh?
Yeah. That was
Oh.
at 2:30.
Wow.
Sorry, guys.
No, we don't have any FedEx packages,
I know.
right?
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking to the shipper.
I know. It's been a wild day.
So that's that, guys, and I want to know what you guys think about that. And if there's anything that's on this report you want to kind of go back and look at again or talk about, I would definitely be happy to do that for you. A number of things I want to talk about, but we want to see who's with us first. And I cannot believe this. This person is usually taking a nap, and generally they're not even here at the beginning of the show, let alone early. And that is Beard. He's the first comment, and he is, because of it, he is moist, and it slipped away. Moist comments matter. Beard says, today has been awesome sourcing. I hope each of you have had a great day as well. So love to hear that. You know, the sourcing for us is just great. We're picking up about 60 or 70 items a week, and it may not sound like a lot, but for what we sell, it's just perfect. Pork Chop's with us. Hello, made it in early. Nice to see you, Pork Chop. Of course, we got Keith is with us, and Duncan says hit the like so that he can get some free crickets, cicadas, returns, and inads. Too many orders here, too hard to do it.
You can do it!
And bad buyers this week, John. Yes, we have had a bad buyer. I'm going to talk about it here a little bit. Puerto Rico strikes back. We'll talk about that here in a second. Callie Debs says, happy Friday, everyone. Nice to see you, Callie Debs. Kevin Hawthorne says, good evening. Nice to see you, Kevin, from an undisclosed location. Ping G says, hello, John and Jenna and the chat. Happy Friday. Larry Todd's with us. Nice to see you, Larry Todd. And The Crazy's Life. The Crazy's Life is with us. Thank you for being a member. Hopefully you were able to make the members live yesterday. We did have a members live yesterday, and we kind of went over my account, looking at opportunities due to overpricing. And well, that's kind of what we ended up with. Megan Farrell's with us. Nice to see you, Megan. Bachelor Brad, he's got some gas issues. Keith says my bonus video is out tomorrow, and we got to check that out. I have not had a spare second to look at anything. But we will definitely check that out. Go check out Pitco's channel, guys, and give him a little bit of support. I'd appreciate that. Pitco says, John, didn't you already do a live or video on this? I did do one for the members. And I wanted to do a dedicated video for this topic for that secret file. And I realized only about 30 people got to see it. So... and I normally try to get that content to everyone else out a little bit quicker. I just didn't get a chance. It's been a hectic between my health and getting the business run, and the thing that we embarked on this week was our inventory system. So adding a numbered system to our current rack system, I can definitely see how it's going. It's already helping me a little bit. We don't have it yet in place. All the numbers aren't in the listing yet, but all the stickers with the appropriate number are on the items. Mm-hmm. Now it's just a matter of getting the information that we have on the spreadsheet into eBay. And
I'm working on it.
How far do you think you are?
Not very far. I'm probably how many items are on each page?
Oh, I'd say 30 to 40.
Okay, then I am not very far, and so I've done 3 pages.
Yeah.
So I'll get there. I will get there. Hopefully by the end of the weekend.
Flip It Good says, happy Friday. Nice to see you, Flip It Good. And it's Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day. That's why you got to see the video. Some of you got to see that again if you're members. If you're members and you watch the video that we put out about 3 weeks ago. Got Dave Harrington, take a hit for me. Pat Rose says, I finally got a 100% rating back on eBay for about 48 hours. Some woman gave me a negative claiming in capital letters that I ruined it by throwing it in the dryer. I didn't launder that dress. That's crazy.
They always want to blame someone else.
Now, let me ask you, did you ship it to the buyer in the same condition that was shown in the photos? I'm just curious.
Of course.
Well,
Of course he did.
But, you know, it's just like, what's with people then? Grams and Pops says, Grams, hey guys, nice to see you, Grams. Beer says, free Corey in the chat, no Teresa. That ain't right.
That's rude.
We like Teresa.
Her and I are like some kind of spirit animals, I feel like. We're very similar.
Keith says, people, I'm going to eBay Open 25 UK on the 1st. Any questions you want me to ask, let me know in the Discord private message. So go check out the Discord. We're getting more and more people that are going on there. We're throwing some people off. We're trying to show you how to drop ship when that's not something that we talk about. But nonetheless, it's a good place to go when you need to reach out to someone who might have an answer, or maybe you just want to go in there and help somebody that has a question. So it's a great place. Grams and Pops is vintage. I have arrived. How far behind in the chat is he today? Not very far. Not really. I'm actually quite on time.
I feel like there's not as many comments prior to us getting on.
We have 70.
Today.
We have 78 viewers, which is kind of low for what we normally get.
Maybe
but
everybody's just.
It's been a long week.
Yeah, because it has been quite the week.
Juan Carlos Farias says, I never got my report. How did you get yours? Well, the eBay rep, I know her name. I'm not going to put it out there like that because I think she watches, because I did give her my channel information. But I just said, look, I didn't get a chance to go over my account, and is there anything, can you look at my account? I said, mainly I'm concerned about the returns that I've been getting as a result of these free returns that I've advertised on like 80% of my listings, as it turns out. And she's like, don't worry, I will, when I get back, I'll open the file and send you a copy of it. So I don't know. It's not something that you're going to be able to pull down, open up an eBay and take a look. It's just something that you have to have an eBay rep. I'm wondering if you were to contact an eBay rep, maybe even as low level as a frontline rep, would they be able to email you that? I don't know. I mean, I don't want you to go on a wild goose chase doing that.
I don't know that that's going to be effective.
Bachelor Brad says, betcha 99% of my listings are stale. Andy Reno, I would like to go back to an old topic. How about that shipping video, Jenna? Now wait, you guys didn't like mine. I did one.
John did one. So did you miss it?
They want you to do one.
Well, this week was completely out of the question. This week has been a very stressful week and very emotional for me.
Maybe Sunday night.
I'd rather not do it on a day that I have so many packages.
Well, you don't have to. We can.
And by the way, before I lose my train of thought, Sal will not be here on Monday.
Oh.
He said he is going to do everything in his power to try to get.
That's our main carrier.
Somebody to pick up.
Yes.
But he said we know how it goes.
We know how it goes. So that means that there's a chance on Monday's live that we might have to cut it short because 4:40 Pacific time comes rolling around and they're not here. That means it's time to load everything in the SUV and get it there and play games with those people down there.
Yeah. So it is in the back of my mind. It's just not a priority with everything that's going on right now. So it is coming, Andy, I promise you. However, and I know that I've been saying it and we've been saying it, that it's coming. John thought that he could, have a back door in and put one out of him doing it. But I think I understand, after watching that video, I think I understand why you would want me to do it. So,
why?
Anyway,
Why?
going on.
Why? Share with us why. I want to know why.
Well, people want to see the packages. They want to see what's going on.
So I didn't do the camera
Your video angles were of this.
I tried to pull off.
And nobody wants to see that the whole video. They want to see the boxes and where you're putting the paper tape and where you're doing all the things. So I feel like it was just the camera angles were not where I would have liked to have them if
I agree.
If I was the one watching that video and you guys are interested in how we package items, and you didn't really see much of that. You saw him.
I tried to pull off something that nobody has tried that I can tell, that I know of, where you have a shipping video with not one camera, but 2 cameras on you, and then you edit it so that it meshes up so you're not in like 1975 Japanese cinema mode. Where
I get it, and you did try, and I appreciate that you did, but I just think there's a factor that we need to do better on it.
So speaking of shipping, let's talk about this for a second. I did a video yesterday, and it got mixed reviews. We got some people mad at me, and we got some people that were like, thanks for the heads up. And look, my intention when making these videos is not to put people in a position where they're going to get themselves into trouble. That ain't it at all. And the thing is, I take time to go in and read. I'm not an eBay buyer. I actually go in and take time to read all the information provided. And I promise you, if the concern from Poshmark, and we'll go to that thing here briefly in a second, if the concern with Poshmark is that it's only for Poshmark only, then they would put that in their blog, and it would be also on the USPS
it would
thing.
be like a ticker tape at the top. They would make it.
It would be somewhere.
So, well, we all know how Poshmark is with their banners. You know, they have lots of banners that when there's something that needs to be louder to, for people to see and understand, I believe that they do that. And so I don't think that, I mean, people getting upset over that is really, to me, very petty.
Now, guys, here's the thing. The video was talking about free ground advantage supplies. Now, these supplies are not being provided by Poshmark. Poshmark, in fact, I will show you. Well, let me get to that real quick. Poshmark, in fact, does not supply these supplies. These are all provided through USPS, and it's being provided to sellers that happen to have are a Poshmark seller. Okay, and if we take a look at the screenshot of the packages, there are no markings at all. I don't see a single marking, on any of these packages that show Poshmark anywhere on the box. Now these are your mailers, right, that they're offering, and these are the 2 different size boxes that they're offering as USPS Ground Advantage. Okay, so they don't want you to have markings and stuff on there. You go everywhere, and just to show you, the only thing that's even close to anything is USPS offers free Ground Advantage boxes exclusively for Poshmark sellers. Now, it doesn't go on to say or make any inference that if you use these for anything other than Poshmark sales, it can hurt your account, it's prohibited, or anything like that. Okay, it's just a channel to where you can go in and pick up free Ground Advantage boxes. And
do not go in and pick up.
Yes,
no.
you can. Well, pick up through email. They'll deliver it to you. It's not a place. You cannot go to USPS
You can't
and
go
get
walking
these boxes.
into your local mail
Right.
place and pick up boxes. That's not it.
Now, people were saying like, oh, well, these are only meant for Poshmark sellers. If you use them for anything else, you can get in trouble.
Nobody's going to get in trouble, and we would never steer you in a position where your account gets banned or blocked or deleted. We would never do that to somebody, especially the people that we talk to on a regular basis.
Yeah. But you can also call too. But the funny thing is, they must have 1 or 2 people to answer the phones, because it goes to a thing to leave your message and they'll call you back. I just sent an email because this wouldn't be on Poshmark's site if it wasn't legit. It's all under Poshmark's site. All the instructions are under just look up Poshmark blog, and that's the first thing that pops up. And, kind of put this subject to bed. It's like this. Let's say you're selling on Poshmark. There's a very good chance you're also selling on eBay. You're probably cross-listing using a tool like TreeCat and getting your listings over to as many like platforms as you can. And if you get a sale on eBay for that item you have on Poshmark and you had earmarked, let's say you had a pair of shoes that you're going to use this box if you had a Poshmark sale, I don't think you're not going to use that same box if it was sold on eBay. You're going to run the label just the same. And as long as it's Ground Advantage, you're going to be okay. So again, it's just information. If take it for what you want. Maybe you're going to be like some that are like, hey, I'm going to pass. I'm going to wait till these supplies are available to everyone at USPS post offices and or online on their store. And by all means, it's up to you. We're all adults. All I can do is put out the information, knowing that that's what I'm doing, and I will never tell you guys about something unless I've heavily considered, or am doing it myself.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a soft launch for the Ground Advantage boxes. I feel like they want to know how many people are actually going to utilize them and have them and use them. I think that because John had talked about many months ago, it could have even been a year ago.
Year and a half ago.
Yeah, that Ground Advantage boxes were coming. That's what we were told. However, we haven't heard a thing. So I think this is their way of introducing them to the public, and then eventually they will roll out to everybody, and we'll all be able to get them
Right.
at the post office or whatever. So
again, it is what it is. Use the information or not. It's up to you. I just put it out there, and hey, if it's useful, it's useful. Let's get on with some of the other comments. We've got Keith says, I already had a sale from hitting the like button before the show started. To hit the like button, guys, get a sale within the next 24 hours. Again, we try to explain how it works, but we just can't. It just happens. Joe Samard says, hi, Jen and John and all the great peeps here. Nice to see you, Joe. Lisa Dury is traveling and listening.
Hello, Lisa.
And here is Keith's channel. If you guys want to check that out, go and give him a little bit of support.
Please do. He supports us up and down and sideways. That man has been there to do anything that we either ask or don't ask of him.
Yeah.
See, he's
more than we deserve.
He's a giver, and he is honestly one of our prize friends. And I would really love if you guys go and support his channel, even if it is, we can all learn something from someone, and I feel like Keith has a lot to give.
Glenda Bavona says, good evening, everyone. Nice to see you, Glenda. And here is also the Discord community. Doesn't cost a dime. There's no obligation. There's no signing up for anything. You're not going to be billed $39.95. It's just simply a place to go where there's many different topics. Start up a conversation on one of the topics that are there. If you have a question or comment, and the more people that go and participate, the more robust, I'll say, the conversation will be.
And also, and just to elaborate on that, the Discord channel is, you're going to see a lot of topics, and I want it to be very well known that it's not just eBay that we talk about. If you're having problems, we're not psychologists or psychiatrists or therapists of any kind, but we can relate, and we're human, and we can all support each other in whatever things are going on. So there is a section that if you're feeling some type of way and you just need someone to listen, you can go there too.
Beard says, now that I have commented, I can take a nap without pressure.
No, you can't. I will scream in the microphone.
If you take a nap right now, Beard,
you're not going to make it for your own
You're
life.
not allowed to cut out early on the after show on your live. You can't just leave Dave and Chris the Goose and I hanging out. I mean, it's
I mean,
probably
you
the best part.
could, but-
It's really the best part. You know, the thing about Beard's Live, the best part of the show is when he says the show is ended and hits the end button. What happens is we still are there and we're chatting and we're talking all the good inside baseball that we don't share just because, you know, there's too many people to share it with, all the good stuff. And
That's where you get the nuggets.
have a lot of good stuff going on. It's really fun. There's many times we will stay on after the live is over for 2 to 3 hours. That's not an exaggeration.
It's not. There's times where I've gone to bed and he's still in here chatting it up with these guys.
Yep. So just
which
know.
I love. So
Now it doesn't happen on this live because our outro is too long. Even if we had guests, you know, like on Beard's show, all the guests like take off because they're like, okay, this is a long song. I ain't gonna sit here and wait. But it doesn't work that way on Beard's show. It's like when it's over, and everyone's like,
and
well,
sometimes it's over and you don't know it's about to be over.
yeah, it's over when Beard says it's over. So go and check that out anyway. I mean, yeah, the after show is the best part of the program, but they still you know, speak their mind. I'll just put it that way. And I might be on there later. It just depends. I got a lot of stuff to try to get done tonight because
Yeah,
I've just been.
I
I've got a
feel
ton
like
of stuff.
It's just, you know, with me being gone for 2 weeks and then it's trying to play catch up and then throwing us into this new adventure with all of the inventory stuff that goes along with that. This guy was so optimistic and positively thinking that we were going to magically get this done in one day. I don't know
I earmarked
what
one day for this project.
he was smoking, but he was smoking some good because it didn't happen.
Oh, and despite
it was
the
very
fact
close.
I
but
worked
it
my
was-
ass off and still
Yes.
didn't get it done.
Yeah.
Pat Rose says, yes, sir. It's a vintage dress, crinkled cotton. I listed it months ago.
Nice.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think, you know, she probably didn't know her size. And so now she has to put the blame on you. So.
Hey, real quick, I want to give you guys a heads up. We have a prize tomorrow on the PPP, the Profit Playbook Podcast. And it is a change that we've made to our podcast. So we hope that you like that change. We're not going to
It's a big
say
change.
who or what.
It's exciting.
But I think it'll add a little extra flair to our conversation. So stay tuned to that. Our normal time on that is 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern on Saturday morning. So be sure to check that out tomorrow.
Yeah.
You lose on the winner says, agreed. One crazy week. Yes. Grams and Pops says, is your rep's name Angel? No. It's the rep's name that I dealt with at eBay Open was a lot like, her name isn't Jenna, but it's very close. I'll say that. Brenda Smith says, the before live comments disappeared.
Oh, they did.
Did they? That's very, very
Oh.
strange. Because all I got was Beard being first. So that's very strange.
Yeah, that's all I see. I don't see them. Maybe.
So are you saying that Beard cheated to be first? I mean, we'll have to investigate.
Yes, you know what? I think that's true. I agree with you.
Miss Jill says, happy Friday. Nice to see Miss Jill.
Hello, Miss Jill.
And we have Big Dre says, hello, John, Jen, and chat. Picking and packing a puffer jacket for $100. I love
A
that.
puffer jacket. They're getting ready for winter.
Sounds puffy.
I want winter so bad.
Junk Trader says, hello, friends. Nice to see you. Anissa.
Hi.
Grams and Pops says, vintage packing videos are difficult to make. I keep saying
Yeah.
vintage. Packing videos are
I
difficult
know.
to make.
I don't know where you.
Because it all looks like
Why
it's the
is
same
it-
font. So it's
You
like,
got like vintage in the mind.
yeah, packing videos are difficult to make.
Yeah.
Most people
Even-
try to do it with one camera view, and I guess you can do it that way, right, if you're far enough away. But I want to make it to where, you know, they say if you do multiple views, right, it keeps people engaged because it's a long video.
And beside that, I just lost my train of thought. See, that's what happens when you talk too long.
Travis in Dallas says, I'm not really sure stale means much because I have listings over 400 days old that just gets as many views as items I've listed for probably months or 4 days. But I got to say
4
this.
days.
Yeah, but I got to say this, Travis. Views don't mean a whole lot. View could be another person saying, oh, I got something like that and I want to piggyback off your listing, or I want to do product research. Maybe I'm thinking about, maybe at a yard sale, they're looking at your listing. That's another view, right? The name of the game is, how do you convert those views into sales?
Yeah.
Now, I'm a huge believer, and I guess my challenge to you is to try it. You never know until you try it. But take those very, very old listings and do an end and relist. Simple. End and relist. Go in and see. Now, I would say, and this is what I learned yesterday on the members only live, that getting in there and you're a member, I believe, so you can go check it out. But getting in there and trying to analyze what is about this listing that's not, why is it 400 days old? There's a reason. And it could be your price. It could be the photos. You could do maybe a better job of really getting a compelling photo. I mean, they're in the listing, so that photo must work. Maybe there's uncertainty as to what they're buying, or maybe what in my case I think is happening is they're seeing $49.99 as the price, and they get into the listing and they start, maybe they even go in to click buy it now, and they're like, oh no, it said $49.99, but after shipping it's like $70. No, I'll go somewhere else, and they click out. So I get a view, but I don't get a conversion. So it could be a lot of things that's happening, and you could let it sit, right? And it's the equivalent of doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It's been there for 400 days, and it could be there another 100 or 200 if you don't get proactive and make some changes with that listing.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're just taking the photos and you're changing your cover photo, moving those around, any activity is activity. And we are noticing, after what we've been doing over the course of this last week, that our sales are on fire. I can't keep up. He comes, he's up before I am. And then when he gets up, he pulls the items for me and then has them all in the room. And then sometimes I'm just having a slow morning and I'm trying to get myself up, right? And he comes in and goes, hey, there's 15 items to ship. And I'm like, 15 items? 15 items? Oh my God. So I have to, get up and start moving my ass because,
So over the last 7 days, we're at 4,700 in sales. Believe it or not, that's low as compared to the 30 days, 30 days, down by almost 3% at 17,000. Last 90 days, 46,000 in sales. So we had a little dip here about a week ago, but it's been very strong since then.
Yeah.
So we're
even on the other account, which is the crap store is what we call it. That one's been on fire. It's literally, it does only average about, I would say 3 to 7 packages a day or sales a day, but it's definitely amping up, and things that have been sitting for a little while have started to sell.
We had a $200 day yesterday on that store, and we had we're at like $100 something today, so it's pretty strong. What I'm doing is, and the little thing I'm doing is, if I'm able to acquire, because I can actually go and bid on some of the items that we buy to resell, and if it starts at $1, works its way up to who knows how high. It just depends on the value of the item. But a lot of times I'm grabbing stuff at $1. So I've said to myself, anything that I acquire at $1, I'm going to put on that secondary account to try to get a little bit more momentum and to try to get better items in that store. I want to thank Keith for being awesome like he usually is. We have 2 memberships that he's gifted.
Thank you so much, Keith.
Yeah,
Mwah.
we got Brandy and we got Bob Rolk.
Bob Rolk and Brandy. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Welcome to the crew, guys.
And for those of you guys who are members, maybe you were gifted a membership and didn't even realize it. You have a green, your name is in green. That means you're a member, and that gives you access to go and check out some of the members' videos that we've done, or some of the members' lives that we've done, where we have like a very, very small audience, and it's a very, very focused conversation, and trying to maybe analyze other stores or our own. So go check that out. But again, I think we said hello, or maybe we didn't. Jane's Jungle Safari. Thank you
Hi,
for being here.
Jane.
Thank
No,
you for
I
being a
think
member.
I interrupted you.
Oh, you pulled a primo on me, and Spam can attest to that.
Yeah.
Says John gets an A for effort.
Yes, he does get an A for effort. He did try, and let me just say, I did make a shipping video. It just got lost. It was very long.
Yeah.
It was like, what, an hour and a half?
I thought it was an hour and a half,
It was
and
extremely long, and I don't know how it disappeared, but it did.
I probably disappeared it. Look, it was an hour and a half long, and I'm like, ain't nobody gonna watch all this.
Yeah.
So I said, let's just try again, and my thought was, let's take like 5 packages. Maybe take 5 very different packages, and have you spend 45 minutes, maybe an hour, if that long, because it's longer when you're talking to the camera and taking your time and showing people versus just whipping through it, right?
Yeah, and once I start talking, I elaborate probably too much, and so I was talking through everything, and I think I need to close the pie hole.
Let's see. You lose on the winner says, I thought it was a little weird that we are supposed to send an email with all of our personal information to this third-party company to request the box. Yeah, I mean, it's your name, it's your address, it's your phone number, it's your email address. It's probably the same email address you're emailing from anyway, and then they want your closet, your Poshmark closet.
They want to verify that you have a closet and that you are an active seller. So
now what I did was, in my haste, I went in and I sent an email after calling and gotten to leave a message. I'm like, I ain't doing that. So I sent an email and I requested like 150 boxes of each box, like 100 of the bubble mailers. I think it was 100 of the other mailer, and then 50 of the other like paper mailer. And I realized last night that, I gave them the wrong email address in the request, because I thought it was tied to the same email address that we use for eBay, and it's not. So
No.
I went in and resubmitted the request with the correct information. So I don't know if because it didn't check out, they're going to disregard the first request, send us what we need, or we're going to be inundated with Ground Advantage boxes. I have no idea.
well, I can also go in and change the email address on the Poshmark.
No
account.
need to for all
So-
that. They have it now. It's fine. You lose on the winner says, why isn't there an online form to request this? Not very efficient. It just tells me that it's just part of a limited rollout.
Yeah.
I really do believe it is. My theory on this is, look, there's only so many Ground Advantage boxes, and instead of trying to make that finite supply work for the entire U.S. at every post office, or even make it on their online store and it's sold out in a day, they just have it on a smaller focused group of people that are Poshmark sellers, and they feel like they have enough for that, and they're probably going to see how do these boxes, are they actually going to be utilized for these packages? Are they going to see an uptick in Ground Advantage boxes? Is the program going to work for a full rollout?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I truly believe this is a soft rollout, and they're just fine tuning some things, and I just really think that we're gonna get the benefit of having Ground Advantage packages eventually.
Yeah. And then Anissa says, the crazies were after you, John. I saw, and they were like, I'm disappointed that you would say this. Or other people like, I'm a Poshmark only seller. This is for us, not for anyone else. And I would be fine with that if that's what it said. And now it says this is available for Poshmark sellers, but nowhere did it ever say that. And of course, they're not going to give you these boxes if you can't show them a Poshmark closet. So I don't understand. If you're selling on multiple platforms, I promise you, if we're being real with each other, most 99.9% of sellers that are selling this pair of shoes on Poshmark and eBay and they get the sale on eBay, they ain't going to go hunting for a different box because this happens to be sold on eBay. They're going to use the same box because there's no branding on there that it shows on the site. There's no Poshmark branding on those boxes. Brenda says, I did ask my local postal, and she said the boxes have not been distributed yet. I got the impression anyone could use them. I don't know. Yeah, I asked at the post office about 2 weeks ago, hey, any word on the Ground Advantage boxes? And he's like, no, I haven't seen a single one. That's going to change here pretty soon. Yeah. I ordered my Ground Advantage Posh boxes by phone yesterday. I only waited 10 minutes. The lady told me that they were very busy.
Yeah, I would imagine they are very, very busy, and I would also imagine they don't have a lot of staff answering that phone. They might have maybe 5.
Nessa says, we could use the priority supplies on all platforms if we paid for priority on all sites. What is the difference? There is none.
I don't like priority. Priority is always too expensive.
Well, but they, it seems to be more popular for people who show up at the post office. They have no idea about the different rates. Like, case in point, I showed a package where a guy opened a remorse return, and instead of buying a discounted Ground Advantage label on eBay through the return process, he takes this item, he gets the bubble mailer from Priority, buys the label from the post office, and he mails it out, and it's $11.25 for something that would only been like $6 or $7. Yeah. It's like, okay. I mean, what can I do?
I don't use Priority at all. At all. It is
this
always...
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to.
It's always more expensive to use that. And I mean, I have the boxes for it, but I just don't. I don't utilize it because it's too expensive.
We really need to take those boxes back because we don't
have them any.
Andy Reno says, I don't think there's anything on the label that says it's from Poshmark. Yeah. I don't know. I've never sold any item there. On the labels that you get from Poshmark, it does say Poshmark on the label, but it is a USPS label, even though it says on the top like Poshmark. Like I mean, you could technically print out that label and cut that Poshmark part out. It'll still get delivered just fine.
Yeah, I mean, don't do anything you think is not good or whatever, but that, that's just the way we interpret it.
Well, Sean Gatto, nice to see you again, Sean. Says, hello, John and Jenna. Happy Friday. Have had some good sales. Tour international to South Korea.
Ooh, wow.
Was surprised. I do support eBay International. It's just a matter of time before I change it over. And while we're on that subject, this is why I'm going to change it over here. Let me go to it. Well, this is another reason why. It's one of 2 reasons. Let me get the thing on my screen so I can show you guys. So here is an item that's sold on the 8th. Great, right? But what's going on here? And by the way, I kind of blocked out the rest of their username. Awaiting payment. Guess where they're from? Anybody want to guess? Guess in the chat.
Puerto Rico.
Right. Puerto Rico. And this is like on the 4th day. I can't cancel it yet because I'm about to cancel it, but the option to cancel due to non-payment is not there. So I got to wait another day. I sent an invoice already, and it's like, what's going on? Now, the crazy thing is, about 6 months ago, they bought an item from me and were able to pay just fine. So I'm having a little bit more patience by just trying to reach out to them and everything. But my patience with Puerto Rico is kind of on very, very thin right now. I have another return request. And guess what? Guess where they're from? Puerto Rico. And guess what? When you look at their feedback left for others, it is not even Christmas time. It is red all the way down. It's nastiness time. I don't want to deal with that. These people are like, I don't know why you left me negative. You never said there was a problem. So here we go. Someone that's returning an item, and now that the fact that eBay is not providing that negative protection with returns or negative removal protection, you can count on us being a part of that influx of their negative wrath. So look, now a month's passed, have 3 negative experiences with buyers in Puerto Rico, and the question is it worth it? Now, obviously, if you're getting buyers from Puerto Rico, you're getting more sales. Are the extra sales worth it to deal with the headaches that you have to wait for a payment, or you have to deal with a false return or someone who's nasty. What do you guys think?
And what's weird to me is they're all auto parts. All of them.
And the thing is,
I get they don't have auto parts stores there or whatever, but I don't know. I just don't feel warm and fuzzy about
here's my fear. Here's my fear, guys. It's the fear of the unknown. What are you talking about, John? The fear of the unknown. The last time I changed my main account over to eBay International Shipping Program, last, I believe, May, when it rolled out, my sales took a nosedive for 2 weeks. I had to turn the damn thing off, and then within a day, my sales came back. And other people were experiencing that. Now, I haven't heard anyone experiencing that right now, but it's like my sales are great, so why do I want to risk that? Having, maybe all the listings getting re-indexed or whatever for eBay International Shipping, and now I'm losing my momentum. So maybe I'll wait until I hit a lull. If we ever, everyone's going to hit a period where you're getting like a low sales day or two. Maybe that's when I'll throw it into effect. But while I'm on a roller coaster and I'm high up, I ain't looking for a reason to drop. Nissa says, can someone ask Posh if we can now sell perfume since it's all ground? LOL, I've been begging for years. It's not in their Q&A. I don't remember seeing that in their Q&A on the site. They did some Q&As in here, but nothing related to what you're able to sell. But that's a good question. Thrifting TN, I'm sure that means Tennessee. I ordered them via email from my Poshmark store. I also plan on using my eBay boxes for Poshmark. Yeah.
They have a ton of perfumes. Tons.
On Poshmark?
Uh-huh.
And
There's multiple categories for it. When you type it in the search bar, there's lots of different options, so I don't know why you wouldn't be able to.
And just so you know, the changes are starting today. So today's September 12th. USPS may refuse Ground Advantage shipments with priority mail packaging at the post office. And starting the 12th, USPS is going to start charging a $5 fee if you use priority mail packaging that's not with the priority mail label. So, I mean...
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
It says, we want to reassure you that USPS is stocked with Ground Advantage packaging, and we are actively working with USPS to improve the phone experience after reports of long wait times and confusion. So, for those of you...
So maybe they hired a few more people to answer that phone.
Well, this is the same thing that they had yesterday on there. But if you need packaging, you call 1-800-610-8734. Press 1 or say supplies. You can do that. Or you can email them at USPS Poshmark at Victory Packaging. I guess that's the third-party company. Yeah. And those are the things you need to supply for them to approve you for the free packages.
Yeah, and I think, Victory Packaging, I don't know how big of a company that is, but I've never heard of it. So it's obviously not a huge packing company. I imagine that they have to, freshly make all of these boxes or print, they have to do all the little cuts and the printing of the words and all the things.
Miss Jill says, I love being a member. Thank you for anybody who's a member. Mike G says, Posh Ground Advantage boxes supplies are the new priority shipping supplies that people like to use for free. 25% of my packages sellers send me use priority materials for Ground Advantage. And that's, guys, people, that's the thing you're not supposed to do. Yeah. You're not, and so if I was making a video saying, hey guys, I've got a great way for you to get free boxes. Go and order a bunch of priority mail supplies, flip them inside out, and now you have what looks like a brown package. It's not white like a priority mailbox, and put your Ground Advantage label on there. And you know what? How about this? Go get some bubble mailers, and instead of having to go out and buy bubble wrap, you got plenty of bubble wrap. Would never say that. Now, I ordered some things off of Amazon. We bought some Barkeeper's Friend for the kitchen. And did you know their packing supplies in there were priority mail bubble mailers, even though they were shipped by Ground Advantage? No, you shouldn't do that at all. You're not supposed to. Yeah, that I told you that was like a couple months ago.
Yeah, I just.
Living Rando says, I liked and got a quick sale.
Yeah.
I just can't explain it. Sutter's Mill bought 8 DVDs at a yard sale. Checked inside the cases before paying. Seller offered a bag, and while I browsed, he swapped them with bootlegs. Only noticed when I went to list them. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Now, let me ask you guys something. You buy something at a yard sale.
Wow.
And you get that experience, or you get an experience where, like, they said, like, I was with Resell Rabbit, Mike Camparelli, and Archie. We went to a yard sale 3 weeks ago, and this guy had this was it a Greenworks cordless weed eater, weed whacker, trimmer, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, what's the story with this? I'm like, how much do you want for it? Oh, $20. Well, that's higher than I'd normally pay for those, but I said, well, what's the story for it? Never used it. I bought it, and I ended up having someone else do the work for me, so I never used it. And, you know, hey, I'm looking up the comps. It's like $75, $80. It's like that $20 juice isn't worth the squeeze for me, because after fees I may make, 50. I may turn 20 into 50, and that's before shipping. And we're getting ready to leave, and I come back and I say, will you take 15? Yeah, I'll take 15. Okay. So I give him 15, and I load in the car, go to list it that night, and guess what I saw? Grass all over the damn thing. It's like, this is not brand new. Dude, you use this and put it back in the box. Of course, I sold it. I had to sell it as used, right? Pre-owned. Still sold it, made a few bucks, but it's like, I didn't want to be that guy. Go, if you can remember where you bought the item from, where the guy lived, knocking on the door, hey dude, you sold me a broken, or you misrepresented the item. I wonder how many, does anyone have any stories where they went back and said, you lied to me, and how did that work out? Because I've often wondered, if you know where you got it from, and they lied to you, and obviously they pulled a switcheroo. Yeah, next time, don't ask for a bag, and if you do ask for a bag, say, I'll bag it myself. Thank you very much. Blithing Rando says, I do need to actually list this week, though I've been lazy, and it's starting to show. eBay will show you will show you if you reap what you sow, right? So if you're not planting any seeds in your store, don't expect a crop, right? So get out there, and even though maybe you don't want to list a few things. Do an end item sell similar. Literally, for me to do 10 to 15 items, end item sell similar, or in this case relist, it takes literally 5 minutes for me to do a quick one. And it helps. I do believe it does help. If you were to ask me what's one thing that you can do to help replicate some of the success that you're seeing, it would be to implement a daily end item sell similar process, regardless of how many items you're listing. Andy says, and then adding to that, trying to get that shipping video out.
We'll work on it.
Now,
maybe Sunday might be the day. I normally do not like to work on Sundays, but maybe that might be something we do.
Flipping from the trailer says, hey everyone, nice to see you. And Keith says, oh, so her name is Gemma.
Oh, because you said it was close to
It's
my
close
name.
to Gemma. Jen. I'll just stop there before I sound like I'm having
retard?
problems.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
Sorry.
Renee F says, no S.
No S. Oh my gosh, look how cute that baby is.
Landshark Picker says, good evening. Nice to see you, Craig.
Hello, Craig.
David Pentland from Scotland says, just ending and selling similar. 100 of my oldest items now. Some are going in the bin.
Yeah.
It's just
we did
activity.
that too.
It creates activity because, look, it gets that new listing tag next to your title for about a day.
Yeah.
Don't know the exact time frame for it's about a day.
It's just there's something about opening up the listing and doing something and then saving it, listing it. It just ignites the sales.
I just want to make Keith crazy here.
Oh no.
I just want to make Keith crazy. He says,
He said, come on, man. That's
come on, man.
setting up.
Get that store set up.
Okay, you want to know what it is that he needs to do? Is you need a video on your profile page on eBay.
So
That's
this is
what
what
it's
they
asking
want. This
for.
is it says 6 of 8 tasks completed.
One of them is a video.
Highlight your best category. Stores with featured categories have up to 41% more conversion.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, I don't have a niche, so that's the problem. Now, what's the next one?
It's
Add a video
Yeah.
to share what makes your store special.
Because, Keith, it bothers me too. So when he was gone, I don't even remember what it was for. When he was one of these weekends when he left to go golfing, I was in his account and I saw that too, and it does drive me bananas. I would never be able to handle that on my account.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a category. I am going to make a special video. You guys can go check out my store at some point this weekend, and I will have, hey guys, we have a lot of everything from toilet seats to you name it.
No, we don't have any toilet seats right now.
So, but you make it so that maybe down the road you'll have toilet seats, right? And it just to end the conversation with that. Big Dre says, I clicked on a controller on eBay because it said see price. I had to click all the way through to buy it now page just to find out it costs the same as everyone else's. That I cannot stand.
Yeah, I don't like
and I guess, where's the setting to do that? If you wanted to, I guess, clickbait your buyers into clicking on the listing, because it'll say see price on the actual search results. It'll say see price next to your listing. You click into the listing, and it'll say buy it now to see price. You click on buy it now. Is that supposed to trick people into buying?
That would piss me
and
off.
is that supposed to what? Give you more cancellations because they buy it, they hit the buy it now button a few many times, and they brainlessly complete the interaction, and then they'll go back and want to cancel.
Yeah.
And would only sellers who refuse cancellations try to do that? I don't know. It just seems shady to me. CPR says, does anyone else remember Duncan Hines brownie mix? Yes. What happened to Duncan? Is he okay?
Is Duncan all right? We love brownies.
Yeah.
I love brownies. Brownies is my favorite dessert.
Todd says, am I still a member?
Yes,
Nope.
you are.
I don't know if he is or not.
Yes, you are, because that little star means you are a member.
Oh, okay.
You are also in blue because you are a moderator.
Moderator. We trust you with our chat. S. Latina says, got a chargeback this morning for an item. Buyer did not recognize transaction. I love those. Can't even send the tracking for item received, yet eBay, as it was, just bought and sent 3 days ago.
Wow.
But eBay will cover you on that. If you did everything you were supposed to do as a seller, you provided the tracking number, there's details, it shows that it was delivered, that should be covered by eBay, even if the buyer wins the case. Jane says, waving hi. Nice to see you, Jane. Keith says, with Jenna's shipping video, maybe take one normal sort of package and then show a few more of the more difficult ones to package, and maybe a Frankenbox one covers all bases that way. Yeah, maybe if we get one box that's just jacked beyond repair, that'd be perfect.
Oh, no, I hate those.
But you need to do it for the people. Keith says, John, I know you guys are busy, but missing them videos of you out in the garage doing your thing. I will be doing more of those. I will be.
Yeah.
I am going to, whether or not I close my storage unit, which is, I don't see him here today, but Biff Boffo planted this thing in my mind that maybe having that storage unit for what we do isn't right. Because we're not really dipping into the storage unit. Now, the whole reason for the storage unit, at least the reason that I've justified in my mind, was back in November, I'm like, look, I'm tired of not having enough good stuff to sell. Get good stuff throughout the year in some of these pallets. Keep it in a storage unit so that when I run out of stuff to sell, because everything dries up, then I can just lean on what's in the storage unit, get me through Q4. If that doesn't happen this year, and right now sourcing's great, so it's not happening, we will be getting rid of that storage unit, and all those brand new huge industrial racks that I bought are going to replace the plastic racks that I have in this garage. We're going to take everything out of the garage into the driveway, clean, and really think about what we're doing and reorganize everything. But I already know that there's a rack that's parallel to the front part of my garage, and I love it. unload my SUV, put the stuff there that hasn't been listed on that rack and that rack only. I think it's going to be
I
great.
just think we can add one more row of racks down the center. We're working on it.
Yeah, she's trying to squeeze me out so I don't have any room to work. But
No,
I'll take all suggestions. But if I don't like it because it's the area that I have to work in, it ain't gonna happen.
But he's also stubborn as a mule.
Well, I have to work in that environment. It's
I
like
get
me.
it.
If you agree to let me reorganize and rework your shipping area the way I want it,
No,
then
the way
it's
you
fair game.
want it is chaos. I can't work in chaos.
okay. So we can agree that I design my area, and you get to design or set up the area that you're working in. Fair? I think that's don't you guys think that's a fair compromise?
I'm talking
I think it's great.
efficiency. I don't care about fair. I
But
want
how is it
efficiency.
efficiency if you're not out there being efficient? Just saying. Dave says, stay tuned. Silicone Shadows 2.0 will be released on Beard's Friday Night Hangout tonight. Don't
It's
miss
silicone.
out. Silicone Shadows.
Silicone. There's no E.
Oh, the version I want to hear is Silicone Shadows.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Grams and Pops Vintage says, dang it, I've a meeting. I'll have to catch it at the end credits.
A meeting?
A
You're
meeting?
so official.
So is that what happens when,
I'm
you
gonna
and
start
Teresa
using
have a
that.
conversation? Okay, we're going to go have a meeting.
We need more meetings.
Anissa says, I use the envelopes for jeans occasionally if stuff
Stop.
goes from me in Pennsylvania to California, but it's rare. Yeah, if you can fold that in, if you can get that fold perfectly to
Oh
fit.
yeah,
'cause-
we used to when we I don't know years ago. I would hold one end and he would push and pull the envelope. It was terrible.
That was a pita. Callie Deb says, Etsy buyers pay up for the items they buy and they always seem to choose priority mail.
I don't ever get a choice for Etsy. It's whatever. I don't know.
Andy says, don't get me wrong, I definitely ordered my boxes. Thank you. Hey, that's look, I'm just providing information. What I might suggest that, hey, some people could do is just information. It's not saying, hey, you're a bad seller if you don't use these for eBay. Do what you feel is best. Big Dre says, I've always used custom Big Dre labels that have eBay Poshmark Macari on the sticker, so those boxes don't interest me, especially because I rarely get sales on those platforms and have plenty of boxes. Mm-hmm. I would much rather see somebody take a box they have obtained through Poshmark for free with the Grand Advantage label than to go and open a box of granola bars and use that box to ship that same item.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember,
I don't think Big Dre is shipping.
I'm not saying
granola
Big Dre.
bar
I'm saying
boxes.
to anybody out there who ships that way, I'm gonna take my Pampers or my Depends box or whatever it is, and it's a perfect size for this item. I'm gonna ship it.
We don't have either of those. Just FYI.
Yeah, and it's about perception. And you might say, well, what do you care what I do with my buyers? Because I want your buyer to come back and buy from me again. And if you chase them away because of the experience was horrible, I got a problem with that.
We have Nancy Wilson has just became a member.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Nancy.
So awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
And after we're done here, well, maybe you want to go check out Beards Live after we're done here, but you're welcome to go check out the library of videos and lives. And we did a members only live yesterday where I kind of dive into my own store and had came to a conclusion about what I was doing, what I've been doing wrong with a lot of my listings. So that's going to help my conversion rate. So thank you so much. Big Dre says, I blocked the country years ago because I had the same problem with scammers.
Yeah, we have a lot. Most countries are blocked, but for some reason Puerto Rico still gets through.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're a U.S. territory, but I don't know.
I have a friend that recently went there a couple months ago, and he went there for reasons. His wife was from Puerto Rico, and she had to get some. Jeff and Millie.
Oh.
His wife's from Puerto Rico, and she had to get some like documents taken care of for something she's trying to sign up for, life insurance or something in the United States. And so they said, look, you have to get your original certificate, and they wouldn't mail it to her. So they went to Puerto Rico, decided to make it a vacation, and the first night they were there, they went to the casino, and they put like $100 in, got down to like, you know, the bet they're making $2.50 spins, and they had like $1.75 left in credit. And you know how the machine gives you a second chance to like to spin again or lose that difference? Yeah. It spun, and she hit it, so she was going to spin again, and she spun that spin, and nothing happened. And all of a sudden, they're about to get up and leave, and the machine started going ape shit. And there apparently it wasn't one where you hit a jackpot. You just happened to be at the machine at a certain time, and they won $52,000.
No way.
They won.
Why didn't you tell me this? Was I gone? Was this when I was in California?
I talked to Jeff about a week ago, and he told me the story.
I was in California.
And
what the hell?
Yeah, $52,000. So 53, and they gave him a check for but they gave him cash for $3,000 because they wanted to pay him all out in cash. He's like, no, you give me a check because I ain't gonna be caught in Puerto Rico with $53,000 in cash. So
wow.
Yeah, so that was.
I mean, if anybody's gonna win it, I'm glad it was them.
And this is I know Jenna, but the second I list it, they take it down.
I wonder why. Is there some kind of a key word?
I know it's happening. It's you're listing the kind of perfume that Mike Camparelli sponsors with. I don't know what it's called.
Stop it.
But if you go check out our Biscuit Butts channel on TikTok, you'll know exactly. He seals all the deals with that stuff. When he goes to yard sales, he seals the deal when he wears that.
Archie would be so proud of you.
Swamp Picker says, hello, John and Jenna. Nice to see you.
Hi, Glenn.
Ping G says, hi, Glenn. And Sean Gatto, the click work just got its ching.
Woo!
If you believe and click the like button, it'll happen. I'm telling you. Alicia says, you can't flip the priority mail boxes inside out because on the inside of those boxes it says priority mail on the inside, stopping people from being scandos.
Yeah, it's not a good idea anyway.
Keith says, I'll hold you accountable to that, John.
Yes. For that.
Yes, I'll have to make a video. I'm only making this video because I'm being held. I'm being held in a location by a man named Keith. Please help me. I'll put that in there, and you can help me by buying something from my store. Thank you. Swamp Picker says, hello, Ping. Nice to see you and Ping. Todd says, I am a member. I wondered where that money was going. I forgot. Yep. LOL, I almost did a chargeback for a whopping $2.99. Now, why aren't we like some channels where we charge you $4.99, $9.99, or $39.95? Because, look, it's just a barrier of entry. Most people are like, I ain't doing that. So they're not, like some people maybe can't afford it. Sorry about that. But we want to keep the unserious people out of some of these lives and discussions where other people are sharing their stores. And I like the fact that it's not 1,000 people seeing it. Todd's talking on the side. I guess everyone's getting ready for Nashville. Andy Reno says, did you say everything out of the garage? Garage sale?
No.
No garage sale. A lot of the things that we've coming across that's in the garage that we're not selling, Archie's been working with me. He's been helping me move that stuff on live selling. He's been a saint
and gotten a lot of things that we've been holding on to and haven't gotten to and just getting rid of them. Plus, we have some personal tubs in there, like Christmas decorations, those types of things. So I would like to get a little storage thing for the backyard and put that stuff in there.
Old yearbooks and stuff. I have a couple.
Yeah, you do.
You do too.
Yeah, I do. I have every single one of them.
You said, yeah, you do, like it was a problem that I had to my old yearbooks.
No, I don't care if you do. You lived a life before me. What am I going to say?
And it wasn't much of a life.
No, it wasn't. I agree.
Wow. Well, you did make it better, so there you go.
Thanks.
Swamp Picker says, not yet. My mom took the cookware, sold the Oakley bag, the globe is on eBay.
Oh,
So-
he's talking about us.
Oh, okay. Did you
If
sell?
You
They
only
sell this.
read
I
half
don't.
of the.
Glenn sold all the stuff that he bought in Nashville. Okay.
Yes.
So if you guys go to Nashville, there's gonna be yard sales. We're not going to Nashville because she won't let me go. So there you go.
Jonathan.
You said that. I said I was gonna go to Nashville, and you're like, I want to go to Nashville. I'm
Yeah,
like, we can't.
you
We've
all
got
know.
little dogs that need us here, and we're not gonna go leave them with.
You all know that
randoms.
that is a place. I draw the line.
Silverhair says Gwen has a Poshmark account. I'm going to grab boxes off her
Yes,
account.
you should.
I won't be mad at you. Keith says the UK is tight. They don't offer us any free boxes from places or companies. We would have to go get boxes from supermarkets or go get free boxes.
Wow.
But I'm sure you got a place where you can order the boxes and have them shipped to you relatively cheaply, right?
I mean, you don't live in a third world country.
Annie Reno loves the band Heart.
Oh,
Did-
I like Heart too. I love Heart.
Did we
I don't
say
know
a,
why.
Did we say a Heart title in what we said? I don't know.
I don't know.
Pink G says, Keith, your USPS doesn't offer security boxes online? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a USPS in the UK. Todd says, I have a Heart t-shirt listed in my store for 4 years.
I love
LOL.
Heart. I do love Heart.
Todd says, I can't afford $2.99 a month anymore. It's taking away from future assisted living accounts.
No, you don't get to use that excuse. My stepdad uses that for everything.
Yeah, you're going to be on a tournament tonight on Beards Live where you're playing poker on the computer while the live's going on, and you're going to fold everything but kings, queens, and aces. So it's a better
called you
investment.
out,
It's a
Todd.
better investment than the $11 you're going to spend on that tournament. Andy Reno says, I need some biscuit butt out here. He's probably doing his live, but he will be in
yeah.
Nashville. See, he gets to go to Nashville.
Yeah, how is he going to get to go to Nashville?
Planned it in advance.
How is he
He's
taking
got-
his dogs?
He's not. He's got people coming over watching his dogs.
Who?
Mikey bags of money, I guess. I don't know. Pico says, I know it's hard for some people to afford sometimes, and it's not a bad thing. We all been here at some point. That's why I do the gifted memberships, because if it helps just one person, that makes a difference. So you're a great guy there, Keith.
You are.
That's
Mwah.
awesome. That is awesome. She did a great job. Swamp Picker says, John got the bag for $10, sold for $150.
Wow,
Love that. Love it.
nice. Oh God, I think I just broke something.
Silverhair says, Swamp, we cleaned up in Nashville. Pickups don't pay for all the trip, but it was good. So, yeah, a lot of times you can take those trips just from the sourcing alone. You can recoup most of what you spent. Keith says, UPS does offer boxes, but only if you use them for UPS, and UPS is expensive here in UK, plus if you have to have a UPS business account with a registered number. That's
oh
good to know.
wow.
Sutter's Mill says, is it okay to use 1 to 2 emojis in the description?
No.
I would never use them in the title. I thought this would break up text and highlight different sections. Look, you can do that if you want. I've even seen people make sales where they have like the fire emoji or the lightning bolt. But eBay has said themselves, avoid using those.
Yeah.
So if by using them, are you going to not get a sale? No, because I've seen it. It's just like, don't use all caps. I've seen
Yeah.
people use all caps and make sales. So it's just the best practice that they say that maybe you will be a little higher in their algorithm. Maybe instead of being in the 20th position, you'll be in the 15th. I don't know. But they've come out and made a point to say don't use those things.
Yeah.
Todd says, what?
I just don't like the look of them.
But
in-
some people
in a
do.
listing.
Some people
I know,
are on the
I know.
mobile.
It's just a personal preference.
I've piggybacked off of and had to erase some of those things.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't. Pico's the man. Love that you do the memberships for the community. Yes, he
Yeah.
is a great guy.
Yes, he is.
You also have to ship a minimum of 20 parcels to the business account a week.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing I'm having a problem with right now with FedEx. So, got my rep to say, okay, we're going to give you the best discount we can, back the same discount that you had for 2 years. And
ain't the
you're
same
going to be able to
discount.
buy your labels directly through FedEx rather than quickly through eBay. But they're not able to beat eBay's discounted labels. And so if I'm doing calculated shipping, I'm passing off that $20 label to the buyer, right? Because that's what it's going to cost me. And then I go over to FedEx and it's $24. I ain't going to spend an extra $4
No.
for the same service.
No.
So I sent an email before we even went live to this rep saying, look, we gave it a month. We were able to find 2 opportunities with lower price labels of all the FedEx
And
packages
they were
we shipped.
big items.
One was one where I bought these folding seats that you install in bathrooms for like elderly or disabled, and when you're not used, they fold up against the wall, right? They're flush against the wall. And I picked these up for they're brand new, $3.25 per chair. Bought, I think, 8 of them. Mm-hmm. Well, when you have calculated shipping on a multi-quantity item, what happens is, in this case, they were 7 pounds a piece. They're square boxes, like 12 by 12 by 4. Well, what happens is, when you have, say, someone buys 7 of them, what eBay does is they multiply the weight by the amount. So they took 7 by 7, which is 49, and then they decided that they were going to keep the measurements the same. So like somehow I was going to compact all these boxes into a 12 by 12 by 4 or whatever box. And so now we have a 12 by 12 by 28 that was almost 50 pounds.
I could not lift that thing to save my life.
eBay's rate was
It was out. It was
crazy.
Like $93 and some change.
But on FedEx,
But
it
on
was
FedEx,
much cheaper.
It was $56.
So that's a big problem that eBay has. Another problem, and I was going to call this my glitch of the week, a little note for myself. If you have multi-quantity items, be very careful. If you have multi-quantity items up for sale, it's happened now at least 6 times in the last month where I have a bunch of these Roomba batteries. I had like 30 of them. I listed 30 of them. And then someone bought one and it says I'm sold out because it changed it to a quantity of 1.
Yeah, we're finding that it's happening a lot.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes. So be careful. You may have, and that could also contribute to why you have things that are sitting that aren't selling because there's no active listing because eBay changed the quantity. And I like these batteries. I changed it again, and then I had like 3 sales, and then it sold out. I went back out there, counted that I had 5 batteries out there still. So
yeah, it's really obnoxious and annoying, and I really wish eBay would pay attention and focus on completing one request of ours at a time, and that being number 1.
And let me just also point out that this process of doing inventory, this is why I tell you guys, do inventory at least once a year. We did a complete inventory versus a partial one at the beginning of the year, and we found over 20 items that were not listed. This is crazy. 20 items that weren't listed. I would estimate $750 to $1,000 in value. Talking small items, huge items. Some items, the huge ones, have been sitting there for a year, wondering why the hell they haven't been sold, because the listing got mysteriously taken down and the items is still sitting there. Here's one. Had about 2 months ago, had an order for an item on rack 15. Went to rack 15, could not find it. Spent 45 minutes looking not only at rack 15 but other racks. All the racks. We're doing this inventory. The damn thing is on rack 15. So I took an unnecessary...
I don't know how it happened. I don't know what...
It gets crazier. 2 items we found that were unique items that we had listed that were not listed anymore, that were already sold months prior and delivered with positive feedback in both cases. How is that? And it's still in our rack. Not listed, of course, but what the hell did they get?
That's...
Positive feedback.
You just have to be really in tune with your stores and your items and each individual listing, because eBay is playing games, and I don't know how or why or what the foolery is, but it's really affecting the stores, and we can't be the only one.
Yeah, just getting in there and cleaning things up, it does help. Does help.
Yeah.
And Ping G says, I have a UPS business account and have ordered their security boxes in the past. They are plain brown, and I use them for USPS.
Oh.
Now, hey, if it works, there's no repercussions to you and your account and anything like that. I don't have an issue with that. I'd much rather you do that than to use Charmin. No, Charmin doesn't come in a box. Pampers. But, the buyer is probably not going to think twice about it. Now, would UPS have a problem with it? Probably. Mm-hmm. Does it make you a bad person? Not in my opinion. But there's people that were, like, putting me out there like I was, like, some evil dude trying to, like, hurt people. No. That's never the intention of this channel.
Never.
Keith says, don't sound much, but it's around $7.50 minimum UPS per parcel under 10 kilograms, and most buyers won't pay that. I think 10 kilograms is like 7 pounds or something like that. Mike G says, everyone remember to revisit your Aurora and home insurance policies. I switched this week to a different carrier and will save close to $1,500 annually.
Wow.
And that is your Geico commercial from Mike G.
That's $1,500 annually?
Yeah.
I think we just redid ours. Didn't you just
did our car insurance, but it was not that big of a savings.
You talked about our other insurance. Anyway.
Todd says, Ping is so smart.
She is.
Pico says, we're talking to Ping, so I'll skip that one. Swamp Picker says, hello, Ping. And hello again,
she
Glenn.
Says, hello again, Glenn.
Ping says, I have multiple quantity items, but my rule is to add the weights so the shipping costs aren't so wonky. But the thing is, if you have calculated shipping and you sell multi-quantity, they're not going to... All you have to do, by the way, if eBay you're watching, if you have multi-quantity items offered on a calculated shipping and it's trying to give the buyer a calculated rate for all the items they bought, all you have to do is multiply the number of items bought by the weight. They did that part right. And then one side... If you're stacking them, one side by the number of items. So if it's 12 by 12 by 4, that box will now become 12 by 12 by 28 in this case if there's 7 boxes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that would represent, now that weight with the dimensions will give you an accurate price on your packaging. Yeah. But it seems like that's too hard to do. I don't understand why. Keith says, you have to watch when you do end and sell similar resets the original quantity. I do pay attention to that, but we're talking stuff that has pretty good sell-through that we listed like maybe a week ago, starting to sell, getting sold, and 3 or 4 of those 30 sell, and it like takes it down to 1 quantity. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
It's really obnoxious, actually.
Daniel says, I use VQ to help keep track of inventory across multiple marketplaces and have had issues with it lowering inventory to 0 or lower. You're sure it's eBay changing your inventory or third-party software? No, it's not. It's not. Because we have the only third-party software we have connected. Well, we do have My Reseller Genie. Yeah. But this isn't anything to do with. I don't think it does. We also have on her account we have TreeCat, and that's not it because this is happening on my account. Yeah. So it's not a connected TreeCat issue. Yeah. It is simply something's going on, and I'd like to hear if anybody watching right now or watching after the fact has dealt with that same issue, because if not, then maybe it's just me, right? So what's happening on my end that's making it happen? Because
we don't have that same problem on Hot Desert Deals, my store. We don't have that issue, and that is the one that's connected to TreeCat.
And it's also connected to My Reseller Genie. Yeah. So
I mean, I would love to take the heat off of eBay, but I really think it's them.
Swamp Picker says, Ping going to UPS jail.
No,
I stopped doing in-sell similar when I found out that end relist changes the item number. The only difference I found between end/sell similar and end/relist is that it removes all those items that you ended, that are in your ended. It removes it for you so you don't forget and leave them there.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, Ping, do you use that item number for your inventory system? Is that why you don't want it to change?
Then and now collectibles. When I end and sell similar, the item condition is always blank and I have to fill it in again. That's odd because when you're doing bulk, so you have, let's say 10 items in your ended and you're going to go in and you're going to relist those or sell similar. it's going to default to what you had in that listing before. Everything, the price, the condition, everything. So that's very, very strange. Killboy says sold 12 today in media.
Nice.
That's awesome. And I think he said 3 are international.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Woo!
Motor Mania says, sir, please tell me Amazon tracking acceptable on eBay. That's a drop shipping thing. So here's the thing. There's a workaround that you've got to figure out. I forgot the name of it because it's been so long. But there's a workaround that you can go in and convert that let's say it's a UPS package. You can translate that, or actually it gives you like a weird non-trackable, like Blue Sky or some, I don't know what the name of the thing is. But the tracking number, it converts it into a workable tracking number for eBay for those who are drop shipping. But I have no idea. This is the wrong channel for drop shipping.
We don't
tips.
approve of drop
Well, we
shipping.
tried it before back in 2018. We actually did it as part time. It's a hell of a grind, and it's not a way to run a business. So and eBay doesn't like you to do it. So that's why we don't talk about it. Blithering Rando says, I just had someone complain about a broken item 2 weeks after the return period ended. It was a $250 piece of pool equipment that they used, and it failed. This is going to be a negative feedback.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know what? You offer a generous 30-day return period. I'm assuming it's 30. It could be 60. But whatever it is, it's more than Mercari does. It's more than Poshmark does. And as far as I'm concerned, that's enough time. You have an obligation as a seller to deliver the item as described. The buyer has a obligation to make sure that when they get it, it's what they ordered and not wait until like a month later.
Yeah.
It's like that person who bought that blow up that lawn decoration. It's like a big Santa with a working like how many days till Christmas display on it, and they bought it. I shipped it to Australia. They bought it in like July. And then here comes November, like right after Thanksgiving, I get a nasty gram. One of the numbers aren't working on the LED. I want to return it. I'm like, dude, it's too late. The thing's not even in the system anymore.
Sorry
and
about your luck.
you should always test these things when you get them before you store them away for Christmas or whatever you're going to be using them for. Pingy says, no, I don't use custom label for a SKU. I just know from memory where the stuff is located.
Oh, okay, got it.
Kelly says,
your memory is better than mine.
Kelly says, John's shipping video made me dizzy. I think if Jenna just makes the video, it'll be fine. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not a huge deal. It's just there's a lot of prep work I have to do in order to make sure I already did it. Cameras are in the right spot. You're getting the information, like I'm sharing my thoughts. And this week has not been a great week mentally for me.
Gail Carlson says, almost to the end again, but I made it. Hi all. Nice to see you, Gail.
Yes.
And Mike says, there he is, Mike Mecco. I've been trying to get eBay to fix the issue with combining the volume on multiple quantity orders for 5 years to no avail. When I was at eBay Open, I thought this would be the time to resolve it, and they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't listen. You think that they would say, you know what, that's a good idea, because it's simply in this big program they call eBay, and the shipping part of it. They just got to go in there, and because they like changing things at eBay on their site, just go in and add that. Like they already multiply the number, the weight by the number of items that's sold, right? So just multiply one side of that box if you're stacking it, and that should take care of it. That's better than what it is. Killboy says, I'm loving the tariffs eliminates 23 million competitors. Maybe that's why our sales are so good right now. Hey, I'm not hating it. Blithering Rando says, I appreciate the kind words, John. I feel guilty, but it was new. I just hope they're the most understanding person. LOL. Mm-hmm. Some you can get an indication of what's going to happen when you go to their account and look at their feedback left for others, and you can see if they like to leave negative. Some people don't even leave feedback at all.
Yeah.
But
that's me.
Really, it's all about don't let it slide. I in fact, when they send you the return request beyond your 30 days and you decline it, don't just do a decline without any communication. Just reach out and say, you know what, I'm so sorry this thing didn't work for you. if you would have reached out to me, a week ago, we could have fixed this for you. But we have a very strict 30-day, generous and strict 30-day return policy that we operate by. And, maybe say, here's a 20% coupon for your next purchase or something like that. I don't know. But good. But you know what? I like how eBay, when a buyer opens a return beyond the 30-day return window, they allow them to do it, for one. And then when you go to decline, they want you to explain yourself, and they'll put, well, we understand that the buyer opened a return after the 30-day window, but we think it delivers a good buying experience if you accept the return. They're guilting you into going against your return policy. Forget that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if I had my way about it, it'd be 14 days, if that. Like, you as a buyer, check out what you're doing, and I'm not offering a warranty. I'm offering a return if there's something wrong immediately when you get it, not after you've used the hell out of it. But eBay doesn't see it that way.
Yeah.
Mike says, I spent over an hour at the question booth, and they eventually promised that it would be resolved, but I'm still waiting. I don't know why it's so hard to fix something so easy. Mike, you were there with me when we tried to get Primo and spam situation. The guy's like, here, take a photo of my badge and have them message me on LinkedIn. They're still asking me, have you heard from the guy? Because we haven't heard anything from him.
That's really disappointing.
It's sad. Don't offer something. eBay, if you're out there listening, you got people going to these eBay opens, and maybe you need to know this for the next one in UK that's coming up on the 1st of October. You have people showing up for eBay open, making promises they're not following through with.
Yeah.
So to me, that's worse than trying to even help.
Yeah.
Don't bother to try to help me if you're not willing to bother to follow through with what you promise. Gail says, been busy putting up a new cedar fence.
Ooh,
there you go.
I love cedar fences.
Daniel says, waiting for 3 days after delivery for payment. Now eBay is telling me they're slowly rolling out to everyone. Now, when we asked them at eBay Open, because I said, is this something coming for everyone? No, that shouldn't be happening. Again, well, the same person said they were going to message, Primo back when he contacted him. So maybe this is a way of just blowing smoke. Again, what didn't they do at eBay Open? They didn't tell us about the negative feedback no longer being removed because of a free return. They didn't tell us that if you use the return label, or the return tool, the refund tool, to deduct up to 50%, that they were no longer going to support us and remove the negative feedback. That would have been a perfect time to share that news with us. So maybe that was only about tell them everything you want, your seller wants to hear, whether you're going to follow through or not, because we want to make this Disneyland for 3 days. We want these guys to leave here just so excited, and hopefully they won't ever have to deal with some of the things that were brought up here. It sounds like that. It's sad if it is.
It's really disappointing.
Who Did It 99 says, I've noticed the U.S. reps have eBay's interest above the sellers and will give bad advice to the seller if it benefits eBay. It's becoming an adversarial relationship between eBay and the sellers. Yeah. And it shouldn't have to be that way.
No. It's awful.
It is. Don't just say, look, I can't promise you that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good thing to say. But to say, no, that's not happening, or
I
no.
would rather someone tell me I don't know than promise me something they can't deliver.
Now, I will still, if you go to eBay Open and all they tell you is I don't know, I would still give them criticism, but it's a step beyond I don't know when you make shit up.
Yeah.
Duncan says, did you talk about the bad buyer yet?
We've talked about plenty of things. Where were you?
We did.
Eating KFC?
He was fighting off all the cicadas and crickets that came to his house. But yeah, it's just another bad Puerto Rico story. Mike G says, my sales and store have suffered since I did the eBay Spotlight sale in August. Thanks again, eBay, for screwing my store up. This happened to me last November, and it took 3 weeks to recover. That's
so, Mike,
horrible.
Lesson learned. No more of these crazy little sale things or gimmicks that eBay's offering. We learned the hard way one time. We'll never do it again.
They've been offering me 75% off of like Spotlight your store.
Yeah, don't fall for the BS.
Like here it is right here. Get 75% off to level up your ads. Save $250. Save up to $250 on promoted stores. So you go there, and here's we looked everywhere.
We looked everywhere.
So what is that? They didn't want to It's
Wow.
false advertising. They didn't even want to offer it to me.
That's wild.
This is I didn't know that was going to happen.
Wow.
But I'm not going to take your 75% off because the stuff don't work. Maybe if
Yeah.
I had a niche store, I'd take it. But that was horrible. That they'd
Yeah.
offer that to me and take it back like that. Todd says getting bunches of automatic positive feedback. I don't really like that. I'm good with it because it's starting to bring up everyone's percentage a little bit. I think.
Yeah.
Todd says I think positive feedback should be earned. Look, the buyer buys your item.
I agree.
You get the order. You fulfill it. You ship it. They get it. They have no time to play. Some people don't want to play the social media game of buying online. They just want to buy what they want to buy. It gets shipped to them. They get it. They move on with their lives. Why shouldn't you as a seller get credit for that? Buy low, sell chai. That is Bundy Fox positioning on the antenna.
I
LOL.
think he was talking about the picture.
Is that it?
Click on the claim your. Yeah.
Was she trying to set up her TV? It's not working?
Yeah. With I mean, come on.
I mean,
what
we don't
kind
have
of? We don't
Wi-Fi?
even have those kind of TVs anymore. Nor that kind of antenna.
Well, maybe people have got it rough. You know, they
I
got.
mean, those
she's got
are
one
rough
arm.
living.
She's got one arm, and she's got no Wi-Fi.
When I was a kid, that's what we had.
What? One arm?
No.
She's got one arm.
No, she
Trying to
doesn't.
put up.
She has it behind her back.
Why would
like,
she? If she
she's
had.
posing.
Why would she put one arm behind her back?
She
It doesn't
maybe
look
her
like.
husband's right here, and she's just holding it for him. So she's just like, oh my god.
But she can. She's having a hard time with this antenna, but she has
She's also-
perfectly ironed pants.
I don't know.
I don't understand. Buy low, sell chai says I got 0 sales on the day I got negative feedback on an instant return. eBay punishes you for the negative feedback. I think it does hurt your account
Does
health
play a
temporarily.
role,
It's
yeah.
sort of like the opposite of that new item tag next to your new listing. I think it kind of has that negative effect. But you know what? I'm just going to keep pushing
Just keep
items out.
pushing.
And I right now am having a fight with eBay. And I say that in jest in that I try to get it up to 300 in my main account, and here comes the sales pushing it back down. And I'm like, okay, it's a good problem to have, but I'm trying to build my store.
Yeah.
I'll keep the sales, I guess. Duncan's promising a KFC tattoo.
Yeah, not for me.
Buy low, sell chai. Why are they using an American Indian as a person? LOL.
You
I
know,
don't
they're
know.
trying to be all inclusive. Okay.
I mean, who okay. Who tucks in their pants so that they can go and install an antenna? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
And the fact that she's standing there like this.
Where's your ladder?
She's got one eye open.
And one arm. Blithering Rando says, I appreciate you guys today. Been burned out, anxious, but it's nice to have other people to talk that understand this grind. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Keep your head up.
Don't let us fool you.
You can do it!
We get burnt out just as much as everybody else, and we go through the emotions, and then you got personal life coming in, and it's attacking you from every which end. Life is rough sometimes, and we all feel burnt out, anxious, just overwhelmed with life sometimes, and that's why we are here.
Who did it 99 says, so why not for eBay sellers? Why? I don't know. I guess Poshmark beat him to the punch and worked something out on those boxes.
Poshmark is a much smaller audience than eBay. eBay, God, can you imagine the amount of boxes you'd have to...
See, anything, so buy low, sell chai says I got 20 positives to make it go to the next page. To me, anything that helps the buyer, I'm good with. So that's fine.
The
Queen Bee's,
buyer?
well, the seller.
Yeah.
Queen Bee's, Arizona, just the other day I gave them $5. I fell for some marketing promotion that was
No.
my only $0 a day.
Oh,
Remember,
my gosh.
Yeah, we did that too, where we're doing $5 a day and
Yeah.
then $6 a day, and it's like after a month of spending $5 a day, we made half back of what we gave them. It's like, no.
Don't fall for any of eBay's shenanigans.
eBay advertising knows that promoted listings priority is for certain kinds of sellers, and it's not your everyday seller.
It's
that
not
it's
for everybody.
Blithering grind is a real thing. It starts to get old.
Yeah.
Duncan, we looked everywhere. Screen here has a purple monkey smoking a cigar. Oh yeah, really?
What?
You know,
when that screen pops up, that's what.
why can't it
things
be like Amazon where there's a bunch of cute dogs?
I mean, I'll take a purple monkey, not necessarily smoking a cigar, but.
Buy low, sell chai. How much was that toilet seat in the back hanging? Was that your first toilet seat sale? Kind of like those businesses that pin up the dollar bills? No, that was a viewer.
That was
Rhonda.
Jovial juggler. Why don't you pull it off and show?
And use it?
No, you could lift the lid.
Lift the lid. Hopefully there's no stains. Oh! Flipping
Yeah.
ain't easy. That's the same thing you
This
saw.
is custom
On this side,
made
you're flipping ain't easy.
by Rhonda.
And then you see... Get that off the screen. And then you see...
No.
Nope, get that off the screen too. So you see all the different KPIs, ASP, ROI, COGS, bin, sell-through rate, listing quality
PPP
report. Yeah.
right here.
And then just the plain
Yeah.
seat.
So it was done in a funny, joking way because we had so many toilet seats. We were at one point being called the
The toilet seat guy?
Yeah, the toilet seat guy.
Yeah. Keith has got a second sale from the like button.
Nice.
Guys, hit the like button. I'm telling you. Buy low, sell chai. John, why has Jenna got prettier and you got grayer from the wedding photo in the back? John is Jenna's silver fox now. LOL.
Yes, he is. I have literally changed his hair color. I'm sorry.
I just got to get rid of the skunk thing here.
No, I love it.
I don't like that.
I love it.
Duncan says rare on eBay week without a glitch affecting sellers. Well, maybe not
Hey,
for you, but the
don't
whole
speak
item.
too
No. I already reported a glitch where you put in 10 items and it says you only have one for
Oh,
sale.
yeah.
That's the problem. GOB says we got scammed, and thanks to the video like yours, I documented everything, remained professional, filed pics, and worked in our favor. Love that. That is good. I like
That is what we love to hear.
When you first said we got scammed, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
oh no, but it worked. So
Awesome. Very good.
And it's just, look, even if you would have lost the case, you got to move on. There's nothing you can do about it. Put your best foot forward and try to win the case.
Absolutely.
Buy low, sell chai. Where are the PPP stains? LOL.
There are none on there.
No PPP stains.
No, that is a unused.
How much? Are you guys trying to buy the
Are you
toilet
try-
seat?
No, nobody can have it.
Let's start
It's
the bidding
ours.
at $250.
It's priceless because it came from Rhonda.
Yeah, she's not here though,
I
so
know.
she'll never
Where
know.
is
She
I
will
don't-
never know that we sold it.
She's never not been here, so that makes me a little. I might have to text
So we
her.
can sell it. She's not here.
No.
Sorry, Killboy. I would have sold it for $250.
Nope. Sorry.
Keith says, "Oh no, Duncan. Jenna just said the P 3 times again, and as a result, he got 7 of the returns." GOB says that was very helpful. Well, darn it, we're glad it was helpful. If it was helpful to you, do me one favor. That's all I ask. Hit that like button, and get your sale while you're at it.
Yeah, Blithering Rando, recovering for fourth quarter. Absolutely. Whatever's going on in life that's overwhelming you is just a season. It's gonna go by and you're not even gonna remember why you were so stressed.
Look at this one.
But if you
Go ahead.
No, I
finish your
can't do
thought.
that. You're making me not remember what I'm talking about. Now you got it all fucked up.
Hey,
Sorry.
there's children watching.
No, there isn't. I'm an adult.
Look. Don't worry about
Anyway,
it.
what I'm trying to say is recover now. Fourth quarter's coming. Give yourself the reprieve to be able to decompress, but jump right back in it.
I'm gonna have you do a live with Primo. Just you and Primo.
No.
Just you and Primo, and
Can
see
you
if
imagine?
you can form a thought throughout the whole video.
No, I
Because as
wouldn't.
soon as you start talking, he's gonna cut you off,
I know.
and you'll be like, "What were you saying?"
I would never survive. I would just sit there and just not say.
Buy
a
Low
word.
Sell Chai says, "Holy crap! I swear to G, I got 3 sales after I hit the like button. Sold 3 new tags, vintage Budweiser
Yes!
bandanas for $30 that I picked up for $1 each at a garage sale last week locally. You guys rock!
Yay!
That's awesome. I'm telling you,
Awesome.
I can't explain how it works. It's just the positive vibes. Toilet Seat King of Las Vegas.
That's right.
Not anymore. I have one rolling toilet seat that's up for sale. It's a Medline.
It's a different, yeah.
Bell, Buy Low Sell Chai says, I have to go PPP soon. Drank too much Diet Coke today. Another international sale for Killboy.
Nice.
Toilet Seat King of Las Vegas should be his new YouTube channel name. No. Yeah, I don't get the same things over and over again. So what I was selling last year, they're gone.
Yeah.
And we're on to now
It was just
auto
like
parts. It seems
if
like.
you were here or around when we had all of those baseball cases and football cases, the clear acrylic ones, we had them stacked from floor to ceiling in this room.
Yep.
It was, we thought, we were like, oh my God, what did we just do? But we sold them all.
Andy Reno wants to know how Tyler's doing.
Oh, thank you so much for asking. He is doing great. He graduates on September 25th, and I'm super excited. We have a countdown going, and so he's doing great. He really has got his mind right, his body right. He has lost 65 pounds, and I'm super proud of him, and I just can't wait for him to come home and start his life. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Andy.
Big J says, I was stressing yesterday when I locked myself out of my truck yesterday while shopping. I ended up ripping out the pocket window to open the door.
Oh,
Ooh, that's
no.
Well, darn it, don't lock your keys in there.
Yeah. Get a clip, put it on your
Good thing
on
someone
your belt
didn't
loop.
see your keys in there and steal your truck.
That's true too.
That's the silver lining. That could have been worse. So, guys, we're at the end. What I want you guys to do, if you could do me a favor, of course, hit the like button if you haven't done so already to get your sale within the next 24 hours. If you enjoy the channel, help support the channel by simply becoming a subscriber of the channel and hitting the notification bell so that when we go live or make more videos that you're notified. But the last thing I want you to do is go over to Bearded Picker's channel and go over there and get ready for the live that's going to kick off in less than 10 minutes. And I will probably be over there at some time this evening. Don't know how long they're going to go. But yeah, I've got a lot of stuff going on that needs to get done before then. So I want you guys to have an excellent weekend. Get your yard sales on if you have yard sales, but get focused, get ready for Q4.
Yeah, Q4 will be here before you know it, and just get your mind right. Get your mental state focused on what is important to you. Hug your family, love your family and your friends.
Oops, wrong. That's
And
my wrong screen. Go ahead.
God bless everybody. We love you so, 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 so much.
And don't be this person.
And I hope you guys have a wonderful week.
Don't be that guy or gal. Take care, everyone.
Chargebacks, returns, and low ball offers too. Vero takedowns, they're a pain. What can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them, and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that is within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast, Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast, Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Yeah, flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live stream streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast, Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. All resellers, I'm gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that is within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Yeah. Let's roll. And if flipping ain't easy, let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast, Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game.